$1 million. That's a sum of money that a lot of us attribute to having reached or achieved financial success and security in our lives. It's a sum of money that a lot of us work so hard to go out and to achieve for ourselves, yet not a lot of us actually do, and it can actually intimidate a lot of people from trying to earn it as a result because people don't earn a lot of money in their regular day job incomes. But for a lot of other people, it's a benchmark figure which we all want to try and achieve and reach at some stage, hopefully sooner rather than later. So today I'm actually going to go through with you and actually explain to you how easy it is to actually achieve that $1 million benchmark for yourself, what it actually takes financially and time-wise, so that you can actually get there sooner or create some kind of plan for yourself to actually achieve it for yourself. Now, I'm also going to kind of run through what other things you might need to have put in place to actually get to that figure sooner rather than later. So, $1 million. How the hell are we going to get there and achieve it? Now, the average income in America is roughly $50,000, $55,000 per annum, which after taxes and expenses, it leaves you with a lot less than that $55,000, and you're probably left with just a few $1,000s every year to yourself to either enjoy or invest. Now, if that's the case, that means getting to that $1 million benchmark is a real struggle and can seem like an insurmountable task to actually reach and achieve. But that's why I'm going to explain to you how you can actually achieve it. So, if you were able to save $5,000 a year, which is roughly $100 a week, it would take you probably around 200 years to hit that $1 million benchmark. $10,000 a year, which is roughly $200 a week, it would take you almost 100 years to reach. Now, that is longer than most people's lifetimes, especially if you start at the date of birth, at your own date of birth, and save that $200 every week for your entire lifetime. Now, for a lot of people, that just doesn't make a lot of sense, and even to myself, it doesn't make a lot of sense either. Which is why it is very important to either increase your earnings or invest. So, we're going to jump over to a spreadsheet which I've prepared, and I'm going to go through with you what kind of or how long it takes to actually hit that $1 million benchmark, depending on how much you're putting away every year, and with different kinds of interest returns on your investment savings. Okay, so as I was saying, if you're just going to save your money to try and get to $1 million, it's probably going to take you a very, very long time, especially if you don't have a lot of money to save. So, the obvious and better idea to actually get yourself to that $1 million is to invest. So, I've created this spreadsheet now to actually go through how long it will take you to get to $1 million, depending on how much money you're putting away per year, and with different kinds of investment returns. So the first one we're going to look at is if you're just putting away $10,000 a year, which is roughly $200 a week. And like I said, I've got different kinds of investment returns. So we've got the 5%, 7%, and 10% over here. And what I've done is I've actually highlighted down the bottom when you would actually reach that $1 million mark. So if you're putting away $10,000 a year and only earning 5% interest per annum, you're going to be looking at hitting that $1 million mark in roughly 37 years. If you're getting 7% in just over 30 years, getting it at 31. And if you're getting 10% per annum, you're going to be looking at getting to that $1 million mark in roughly 26 years. So if you're putting away just $200 a week, it's going to take you between 26 and 37 years to get to that $1 million mark if you're just putting away that $200 a week. Now, when we increase that to $400 a week, and which is roughly $20,000 a year, you can see it takes a little bit less time to actually hit that $1 million mark. So, same thing. So, with 5% earnings per year, you're going to hit that $1 million mark in roughly 26 years. At 7%, at roughly one at 23 years, and 19 years if you're just earning 10%. Now, just remember, guys, the long term average return on investment in the stock market, the US stock market that is roughly 10%. So if you're just putting away $400 a year, $400 a week for an entire year, you have to do that every year for 19 years to hit that $1 million mark. So it's a much shorter time frame, and it is honestly very achievable to actually achieve that kind of return and result for yourself. Now, obviously, a lot of people don't want to kind of take 20 years to get to $1 million. But honestly, the time's going to go by anyway, and it's actually a pretty easy way at actually doing that. You just need to find ways to actually earn an extra $400 a week, or kind of limit your spending to have that $400 a week extra to be able to put away for savings or investing to hit that $1 million mark. So that's at $20,000. And that's up the ante again. And let's go to $50,000 and let's have a look at how long it would take you to get to that $1 million mark. So as you can see here, at 5% return per year, you're going to be looking at roughly 14 to 15 years to hit that $1 million mark. At 7%, just slightly less at 13, 14 years, and at 10% at roughly 13 years. Now you can see it's only literally just 1 year difference between the three interest returns, and that's almost like a double the kind of return from 5% to 10%, and it's only literally 2 years difference if you're putting away $50,000 a year. So the more money you put away, the faster it's going to take, and you don't necessarily need as much of a return on investment to actually hit that $1 million mark. Now let's, just for a bit of fun, look at if you're putting away $100,000 a year, and you can see here at 5% return per annum, you're going to literally hit that benchmark at 9 years, and at 10% at 8 years. So same thing, 1 year difference between the 2 years. And you can see here as well, one thing I didn't actually point out before is what you're actually earning per annum on the money you've actually put away. So after, let's say, 8 years, which is pretty much putting away $8,000 or $800,000, you're earning over $100,000 a year on that money. So just over 15% per annum kind of accumulating. So that's just a quick overlook at how long it would take you to get to that $1 million mark, depending on how much you're putting away a year and what kind of investment return you're looking at. And you can actually even make this faster if you increase your rate of return. And depending on how your investment strategy is or what you're actually doing to earn a bit of extra money per year or invest your money, you can actually get to that $1 million goal a lot faster. So I'll quickly just alter this to 20%. And I'm going to adjust this quickly here as well. Let's see how long it's going to take to get to that $1 million mark. So pretty much an extra year faster. So you can see 7 years if you're putting away $100,000 and earning 20%. But let's look at the $20,000 a year mark, and I'll quickly alter that. And let's see how long it would take to get to that $1 million mark. So it's pretty much a change in almost 5 years if you were to earn double that rate of return to get to that $1 million mark. And you can see that if you kept going for another kind of 5 years, you'd actually triple your return and actually hit that $3 million in capital or money invested. So obviously, the longer you let your money work for you, the more money you're going to have, the higher the return, the more money you're going to have, and the more money you put away is eventually going to get you greater returns as well over time. So if you were putting away $20,000 a year and earning the average long-term yield on your stock portfolio of 10% per annum, it would take you roughly 20 years to actually hit that $1 million mark. Now, $20,000 a year isn't a very large sum of money. Like I said, it's only $400 a week that you have to put away, roughly a little bit less, that will kind of accumulate over time with that compounding return to hit that $1 million mark. So some things to remember when trying to get to that $1 million mark is that it takes a few things have set up in place. It takes self-discipline and takes a lot of time and consistency in putting that money away and getting it to work for you. Now, in the early stages of doing this, it is a very tedious task because you don't see the results initially and it takes a long time to kind of get that ball rolling. So setting up that discipline and actually automating the entire process for yourself will make it a much easier process to actually get to that $1 million mark and actually get that $400 saved a week to get to work for you over time. Then from there, One thing you might want to look at is either upskilling to increase your take-home pay so you have more money to yourself to actually invest, or actually look at getting a secondary source of income or a side hustle, which will bring in that little bit of extra money so that you can put it away to invest and save for yourself over time. I'm going to create another video on that for you so that you can actually earn that extra bit of money so you can actually start investing and saving towards that whatever benchmark it is that you would like to achieve in life, whether or not you need that money for a deposit for a house or you just want more financial security for yourself. So stick around for that video and it will come up in the next couple of weeks, as well as some other great tips and tricks I'm going to set out for you so that you can create more of a strategy for yourself to actually reach those goals for you. Another thing is you can actually create a side hustle business which you can scale out and actually reach that $1 million mark a lot sooner. I'm sure you've all seen that meme online, especially on Instagram, where it talks about e-commerce business or subscribership businesses where you can have like a $5,000 subscriber and all you need is 200 subscribers to actually reach that $1 million mark per year, and with all other kind of varying factors, but I'm not going to go through that with you at the moment. So setting up a business of a subscription model base or selling a product to a large number of consumers is also a great way of getting yourself closer to that $1 million mark. So I hope this video has been very helpful for you. So don't forget, guys, smash that subscribe button, drop me a like, and leave me a comment. It would mean a lot to me. And I'd also like to hear your thoughts on getting to that $1 million. And remember, it is achievable. You just have to be disciplined and stick to a plan to actually get yourself to that goal of $1 million. And I'll catch